Eureka College Basketball on ECTV is brought to you by City Blue Technologies in Peoria, your Epson first business partner offering precision core heat-free printing, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing, by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, and by Cornerstone Family Restaurant in Eureka.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Christine Benetti Bullwinkle Arena for today's matchup between the Lyon Fighting Scots coming in at 7-14 and your Eureka Red Devils coming in at 12 wins, 9 losses. Welcome to ECTV. I'm Matthew Swan, Andrew Schulte beside me, and unfortunately Eureka dropped a statement game on the road to Webster. A tough game, 80-66 was the final. They did allow Webster to complete the series sweep, so that is something that Eureka has on their shoulder coming into this game. But Lyon themselves do come in with a losing streak of 6 games. So Andrew, what do you think Eureka is going to have to do to show up and win this ball game?
So knowing that they're so close to clinching that home playoff spot in the SLIAC tournament, come in with that energy, know that Lyon has lost their 6 last games, know that this, come in, play with electric, play with that electric factor, and don't give up. Keep your foot on the gas the entire game. Play that defense, that man-to-man press the entire court. Keep doing that, and they'll be fine. Yeah,
energy is going to be a really huge factor for Eureka, especially because last game they started off not as strong as they usually do, and their energy level just seemed to drop throughout the rest of the game. The Red Devils do currently hold the number 4 spot in the SLIAC, so it does still look good for Eureka, but they did shoot actually below average last game at 38.7%, something Eureka is going to have to come in here today and work on. Drew, how do you think that Eureka can increase that field goal percentage?
So with that defense that they play, with the press and creating a lot of those turnovers, they're going to have to take those turnovers and get high percentage shot opportunities in the paint and open shots. Don't take any forced shots then you don't have to. So just taking those shots when you're getting those opportunities and those free looks and take advantage of those.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Eureka actually didn't really overpower their opponent in any factor. Turnovers was one of them, along with second chance points and bench points. Eureka was outnumbered in all of those factors. Just one of those things the Red Devils are going to have to come in here and work on. But Lyon, as I mentioned, they lost their last game as well to Fontbonne on the road, 78-70. They now sit at 8th place in conference play. What do you think that they are going to have to do to come in on the road and win this game against one of the better teams in conference play?
Lyon's going to have to come in here. If they want a chance to win, they're going to have to be able to move the ball well and get through this Eureka defense and get to the hole. You know, whenever you're pressing like we do all the time, it's going to be opportunities for your point guard to quarterback, per se, the ball and throw it up court. Just not limit your turnovers and use their press to your advantage and get easy buckets in the paint.
That's exactly right. A little bit of a bonus for Eureka is that they did beat Lyon on the road earlier this season by a final score 91-67, a pretty large margin there. But that is all we have on the pregame side of things. It's going to be Maya Webb and the Red Devils taking on Natalia Kaza and the Lyon Fighting Scots. Stay tuned for upcoming first half coverage here on ECTV.
Welcome to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills. So you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Feel right at home at Eureka's own Cornerstone Family Restaurant. All-day breakfast, roasted chicken, daily specials, and homemade soups, along with a friendly staff, are here to serve you with smiles. Come in and enjoy Cornerstone Family Restaurant.
Calvin got diagnosed June 10th of 2018. He has rhabdomyosarcoma, a soft tissue cancer. But St. Jude has covered everything, and coming here, they're like, we are going to do everything we can. And when they say everything, they mean everything. St. Jude is like the gold at the end of a rainbow for a family like ours. They've really given our family hope, and we are so grateful and thankful for everything.
We are back, and now we're going to send it down for starting lineups.
Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Scots. A 5'8" junior guard from Springdale, Arkansas, number 4, Daley Hambleton. A 5'8" senior guard from Arkadelphia, Arkansas, number 5, Haven Cooper. A 5'8" junior guard from Little Rock, Arkansas, number 30, Natalia Kaza. A 6-foot freshman forward from Republic, Missouri, number 32, Molly Mason. And a 6-foot junior center from Angleton, Texas, number 45, Savannah Lopez. The Scots are coached by Casey Fowler and assisted by Michael Peckham. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for your Eureka Red Devils. Introducing first, a 5'4" junior guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 4, Maya Webb. A 5'8" sophomore guard from Las Animas, Colorado, number 23, Sierra Garcia Reich. A 5'8" freshman guard from Peoria, Illinois, number 24, Alana Jackson. A 5'10" junior forward from Metamora, Illinois, number 40, Elena Redgate. And a 5'10" senior guard from Riverside, California, number 42, Maxine Naheda. The Red Devils are coached by Mike Hedrick and assisted by Jamie Perkins.
All right, so there you have it, the starting 5 for both sides. If you were unable to pick that up for Lyon, it's going to be number 4, Daley Hamilton, number 5, Haven Cooper, number 30, the star of the team, Natalia Kaza, along with number 32, Molly Mason, and last but not least, number 45, the junior out of Texas, Savannah Lopez. A slight switch for Eureka. Of course, we have Maya Webb. She continues to make an appearance in every single game this season, along with Sierra Garcia Reich, Alana Jackson, Redgate, and of course the senior Max Nahera. And just like that, we're already going to have our first stoppage of the game.
Yeah, and I like to see that Eureka's having that the active hands going early in the game. Promising signs going forward.
Already back in play here, outside pass. Here's a 3, that one good. Number 32, Molly Mason with a triple. And that's how we're gonna get today's scoring started. Already 3-0, Fighting Scots on top. Webb standing near that Eureka College logo. Pass to Redgate in the paint. Good pump fake there. Right hand and good. Elena Redgate, her first 2 points of the night. That's a great move there by Elena Redgate. There's that pump fake she uses to get her defender in the air. That one's going to be picked off. A fight for it. Kaza putting it up and in. Unfortunately, Eureka unable to execute there. Jackson loses that one again. Lyon here taking a fast break opportunity. Kaza at the rim and good.
Eureka's just going to have to limit those turnovers going forward. You can't keep giving away 3 points like that going forward.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Put in between this. All right. Okay.
There's a shot from Webb. That's no good. And as we take a timeout here, or excuse me, as there is a quick stoppage, we actually have men's basketball coach with us, Coach Wilde, up in the booth. Coach Wilde, how are you doing today?
Can you hear me? Is this thing on?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We're doing good. We're doing good. How are you guys?
We're good, thank you. That's really good to hear that you're doing well also. So, yeah, obviously you have this Lion game coming up here very shortly, right after this game. How do you plan to defend against the Fighting Scots?
Well, we start with some matchups, and we're going back to a lineup. We've changed our lineup quite a bit this year, which is a little uncharacteristic of me, but we've been trying to play the matchups, and so we'll start with that. If not, we'll change some defenses up if we need to. If not, then we will maybe just go with short prayer, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a good idea to do that for sure. My next question, what are some areas that you plan to focus on for improvement? We know that last game against Lyon, obviously unable to come up, unfortunately unable to come up with a win, but you do have a very aggressive team. So again, just what are some areas of improvement you look to expand on?
Well, we kind of always go with the same type of 3 areas that we're always trying to work on. So those really don't change that much, whether it's our program or basketball in general. So it just ends up being the details of those areas. So, you know, the first thing that we're trying to work on is transition defense and our half-court defense. So we've done a couple of different things depending, again, on matchups and if the strength of our opponents. But definitely has to start at the defensive end, transition defense to begin with. And then after you defend, you got to rebound. We've had several great stops, great defensive efforts, whether it's one possession or a half or a game. But if you don't rebound and be one and done, the defense doesn't matter. So that's where we start. We start transition defense, start half-court defense, and then you got to rebound the ball. But we've been off to a little bit of a slow start here offensively. So this last couple of practices this week, we've been really focusing more on offense, getting great shots compared to getting good shots, moving the ball, and just doing those things. So those are the 3 areas that we're always working on: defense, rebounding, and offense. It's not like I'm splitting the atom over here. But, yeah, within the details of those is what we're trying to work on.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And last but not least, obviously you guys sit 7th in conference play right now. You're right outside of the top 6 teams to continue postseason play. How do you stay motivated and inspired to keep pushing your team forward?
Well, right now we're in the 6th spot, actually. Right now we're in a spot for a tournament to be in the tournament because Lyon is not eligible. So our motivation right now is obviously to hold on to that last tournament spot, or if there's a possibility, we still even have a possibility of moving up a little bit. So there's all kinds of motivation, but again, I've been here for 18 years. I've been in college basketball for 35 plus years. Like, it just doesn't change. February is when you're trying to play your best basketball. March is when you're trying to play the best basketball. And it really doesn't matter if you're, 20-2 or if you're 500 or if you've only won, 3-4 games. And at all levels, it's the same thing. You're just always trying to play your best basketball in February. So that's just something we talk about in September, in November. We're just trying to play our best basketball in February.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and that's all I have for you, Coach. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, I appreciate you having me up here. I thought I was going to get a little Hubie Brown time here. I know that Hubie called it quits this past weekend. I thought maybe I would start a new career here, but that's all I got. That's all I got. I appreciate you guys. You guys do an awesome job, and I've got family and relatives, and my sister in Macomb, she watches all the time, and I've got people always watching you guys, and we really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Lyon currently on top, 9-8. Clock stopping at 6:19. And it looks like it is going to be Lyon basketball. So yeah, as Coach Wilde just talked about, we have this men's game upcoming, but a lot of what he just got done talking about is defense and offense. Of course, basketball, you need to play both sides of the floor, as Webb taking that one away. Fast break opportunity to put Eureka back on top. And as Coach Willie was saying, transition defense is something that this men's basketball team has really started to work on, especially in these last few practices. Obviously pressing, and that, Drew, that's something that you touched on in the pregame, kind of just pressing defense, and that's one of those factors that when it comes into play, it's pretty much going to be a very tight game.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, whenever you get to the nitty-gritty of it, like you see it with this Eureka women's team all the time. They press all game, every game. Doesn't matter the scores, doesn't matter what's going on. They like to work on their craft, and when they do, they execute, you know. And we saw it a little bit at the last home game that the men's played against Spalding. Whenever they would press, it would work, you know, but you're going to give up those baskets whenever they get down the court fast enough. That's always going to be a con of pressing, but whenever you do get those turnovers, you got to make the most of it and get points when you can.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Another thing Coach really just touched on there is, you know, making those better shot selections, having a player that is able to shoot from anywhere on the floor and be precise, be consistent, and that's, again, one of those factors when it comes into play. You know you have a powerful team, especially when you have multiple guys on the team that all come together and make something happen. Nahara taking that one away, mid-range, that one falls through, and again, Eureka extending their lead. Up by 4.
That was a great play right there by Maxine Nahara because she realized the 3-on-2 and the other two girls were covering. The one was covering the basket and the one was covering the corner where the other girl was. Just to take that mid-range, she is so good at hitting those mid-range shots. So just playing to your strengths right there, you know. You talked about it last game, shooting below average, 32% of the game. Just taking smart shots like that, you'll get that average right back up there.
Yeah, Maya Webb definitely has had a lot of practice from the mid-range area, and as you mentioned, she's just one of those players that continues to be successful from that spot on the floor. For Eureka, we're going to have Alyssa Zarello sub onto the floor along with Alyssa Abascal. Pass to the corner. Kaza unable to pick that one up off of the bounce. Jackson coming up with it. Again, Eureka with an opportunity to capitalize. Sidestep, no good, as Jackson was fouled. And it looks like she is going to be sent to the line. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo. Wendy Puff Pizza offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com. So Jackson only able to go 1 for 2 from the line there, but Eureka is still up by 5, and it seems as if they continue to slowly extend that lead.
You know, one thing that you have to give credit to Coach Hendrick for is last season the Eureka Red Devils went 5-20. So far this season, turning it around and already have 12 wins, and the season's not even over yet. You got to give credit where credit is due. The coaching there, obviously, they spent a lot of time on their defense, and it is working to dividends.
Yeah, definitely. It is quite impressive what Coach Hendrick has come in here to do. In his second season only is also very impressive. I think what really stands out to me, anyways, is that Eureka only had 5 wins last season, 20 losses. That was their overall record. In conference play, they were 3-15, and for them to, you know, have somewhat of a turnaround in the matter of one season is really impressive.
That's just you got to give praise to his recruiting, the freshmen, the transfers, everybody who brought in, getting this team cultured to have that good chemistry and be able to play together, knowing their strengths and weaknesses. Just a phenomenal job all around.
Yeah, this is a Eureka team that they have some sort of chemistry that seems to be unmatched, a fight for the basketball on the floor, and there is going to be a jump ball. Again, clock will stop at 3:14. Eureka has, you know, had their ups and downs in this game, but right now they're on top, and Lyon is starting to make a slight push here, but nothing too serious. There's still a lot of time left to go.
I mean, we talked about in the pregame Eureka coming in here being hungry, bringing the energy, and not letting go and keeping the foot on the gas. But, I mean, from Lion's standpoint, they've lost 6 in a row, like we mentioned, and you know that they're going to be bringing that energy as well. They want to get off the snide, per se, get off the losing streak. So this does not surprise me that they're playing as hard as they are either.
Yeah, especially after that loss against Webster on the road last game. I feel like that maybe Eureka wanted more from that game, and I'm sure they did. Again, that was a statement game. Webster, one of the better teams in the SLIAC. And, of course, Eureka, one of those teams that is having somewhat of an outbreak season. Obviously, it doesn't feel good to lose one of those games.
Webster being that team in the SLIAC, the team to beat. So, you know, Eureka has a chip on their shoulder and wants to get back at them. I mean, unfortunately, we won't be able to get back at them until conference play, so you know that that's what they are looking for. They have that circle on their calendar, as Webster is 14-1 in conference and 20-2 overall this season.
Yeah, just one of those teams that seems almost impossible to beat. Jackson behind the back loses the basketball. Zarello there to pick it up, and her pass is going to go out of bounds, so that'll be a turnover against Eureka. Yeah, one of the things that we slightly mentioned in the pregame as well, but obviously, I felt as if I couldn't go into depth about it. Eureka, as I mentioned, did beat Lyon last time. That was a road game, of course. 91-67. Eureka actually ended up outscoring Lyon in every single quarter, along with a lot of other factors such as a higher field goal percentage. And that was actually the game that Sierra Garcia-Reich had her first season high of the season of 23 points. Obviously, now she has more of a season high, 25 points against Blackburn. But definitely one of those exciting games for Eureka. Webb going to slow things down here. 1:40 left to go in this first quarter. Directing traffic. Eureka trying to cut down this point deficit into the hands of Nahara. To her left, outside Webb going for another three. That one no good. Unable to find the lucky bounce there and rebounded by Lopez.
And you know Eureka College really wants it. You know Coach Hendricks and that team really wants this win here, because a win here would mark that they would be hosting a home playoff game. And that means so much going forward.
Yeah, and again, it's been quite a while since Eureka has even had that opportunity. So I'm sure that's something that Coach Hendrick and the Red Devils are looking forward to. But after a fast break layup by Maya Webb, there is going to be a timeout. So you're going to want to stay tuned for more upcoming first half coverage. Fighting Scots 22, Eureka 21. Coverage here on ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills, so you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Feel right at home at Eureka's own Cornerstone Family Restaurant. All-day breakfast, roasted chicken, daily specials, and homemade soups, along with a friendly staff, are here to serve you with smiles. Come in and enjoy Cornerstone Family Restaurant.
Welcome back to the Christine Bonatti Bullwinkle Arena for today's coverage. As, again, the Fighting Scots on the road taking on Eureka here. And with 59 seconds left to play, of course, as you can see, Scots up 22-21. It's been a lot of back and forth early on in this one. Natalia Kaza for Lyon, of course, leading the team in points with 10. She just continues to be a monster this season. Actually has 133 points in her last 5 games. That's impressive.
So with players like that, you know you cannot stop them fully. They're going to get their points. They're going to get their buckets whenever they can and however they can. Players like that, all you will need to do is just hope to contain them, make them make tough shots, make them make plays where they wouldn't have had to make it before. That's the only thing you can do with players like that. Just contain them and slow them down. Yeah,
and she actually has a season high of 37. That's like WNBA numbers right there. 37 points in a single game at the Division III level. To me, that's absolutely absurd. That one's going to nearly go out of bounds, and the referee signals that it does go off of the hands of Molly Mason, so Eureka will maintain possession here with less than 30 seconds to go in this first quarter.
One thing that Eureka has that it feels like Lyon does not have is we have the depth. They get their scoring mainly from one person, whereas we get our scoring from 7, 8, 9 people on our team. It's very spread out on this team, and that is such a big benefit that you can go to the bench and not have to worry about your offense slowing down at all.
Great ball movement there from Eureka. A little bit of a trade back and forth of sloppy basketball, and it looks like there was a foul on the floor. So again, we're going to see another Red Devil be sent to the line, this time Max Nahara. Nahara, remember, she's a transfer from CSU San Bernardino. Season high of 16 points on the season for Nahara. That was the home game against Knox College, in which Eureka unfortunately lost 101-70. That was actually the first time this season the Red Devils gave up triple digits. Nahara able to tie it up on that first attempt there. And she's going to go 2 for 2 at the line.
Nahara, one of those leaders on this Red Devils team where the girls see what she does and they follow.
Yeah, definitely one of the team captains for sure. She is a senior this season, so you can just imagine how some of the younger players on the team look up to her. And it looks like there's going to be another turnover here. Or excuse me, no, Eureka's going to take it out. Reich to inbound into the hands of Ness. 8 seconds on the game clock, Ness. Nahara, pump fake, step back, firing, no good. That one's going to be rebounded by Shelton. Last shot attempt and off the glass, a little bit too strong. So the first quarter comes to an end. Eureka barely hanging on top, 23-22. Again, Natalia Kaza leading Lyon 10 points, and Maya Webb for Eureka, one of the all-star players, leading the Red Devils with 8 points. Again, stay tuned for more upcoming first half coverage here on ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub.
No, it was just funny.
We are back here from the live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're watching ECTV. Matthew Swan, Andrew Schulte on the call, bringing you today's broadcast from the Christine Bonatti Bullwinkle Arena. And after one, Eureka leads at 23-22. Schulte, what stands out to you so far?
So the thing that stands out to me is not so much the offensive part of the game so far. Yes, it's pretty high scoring for just one quarter, 23-22. But do you know what caused that offense? Both teams' great defense. They're causing turnovers, causing chaos, and they're getting buckets off of those turnovers. So just both teams' great presses that they're doing, and the defense overall has really impressed me from both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Eureka so far has been able to force 10 turnovers. Lyon, on the other hand, only 5, but as you said, both teams playing very strong defense right now. Kind of a lob pass, and that was not a good idea for Lyon. We know Eureka's defense is very, very aggressive, as was just shown. Maya Webb going to circle out here. She stands at the top of the key. Pass to Ness in the paint. She's going to throw it outside. Nahara, that one's short. Fighting for the rebound and coming up with it.
You gotta love that heart right there from Eureka going for that offensive rebound.
Yeah, it's always a good thing to see, especially from the coach's perspective, when your team's able to grab those offensive boards and potentially have a shot at second chance points, something that Eureka struggled with last game. Here's a 3, that one no good. Reich, another rebound. That'll be her second of the night. Abascal now circling out, and that pass is going to go out of bounds. Make that Eureka's 6th turnover tonight.
In those situations, you just got to slow your body down. You know, you're about to get double teamed in the corner, and I know your heart's racing 100%. You see the defender on you, and then you see that second defender coming in, and you're just trying to get rid of the ball as soon as you can. But you just got to slow your body down and make a nice, clean pass there. You know, you make that mistake once, and you learn from it.
Yeah, court awareness is such a big part of the game. There's a mid-range. That one falls through. So again, the Fighting Scots on top. Eureka just looking for any offensive answer right now. They've been a little dry to start this second quarter. Backdoor cut, Reich under the rim. That one, no good. It was a smart idea from Reich, but unfortunately unable to execute there. And taking it up the floor, Hamilton. That pass nearly taken away. Kaza gonna float it up. She's gonna be blocked by Ness. And finally, the contact unable to be hidden from Eureka. So
Ness got
Kaza,
that first block, and she was trying to get that second one there. Just got a little too physical in the paint.
yeah, that's exactly right. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney. Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. You can get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com. Kaza going 2 for 2 at the line on that drive, extending the Scots lead 26-23. And another clock stoppage, 8:07 left to go here in this first half. Nahara will inbound.
Yeah, definitely not somebody you want to send to the free throw line there for 3 points.
Yeah, we did just get done talking about her. She's definitely one of the better shooters on this team, and that is going to be an offensive foul against Eureka as the Fighting Scots bench starts to applaud, getting more into it. I will admit, one thing that stands out to me a little bit here in this game is that we're starting to see a little bit more of these Red Devils fans make an appearance. Understandably so. This is, like I said, Eureka having one of the better seasons as of recent.
Yeah, once we get some momentum going here, get some buckets going, you'll see that crowd start to get more into the game. Really, the crowd, you just got to take advantage of that home court. Once the crowd gets into it, you just got to keep going with that momentum.
Outside pass. Here's a mid-range. That one falls through. Another 2 points on the night for Savannah Lopez.
It just seems right now everything for the Fighting Scots is going in right now.
Yeah, they just continue to extend their lead. Again, Eureka still a little bit dry in the second quarter. Nahara misses there, further proving my point.
4 minutes without a bucket going back to last quarter.
Kaza in trouble. Yeah, there is on the floor Ashley Wilcox, who is only seeing her 3rd game this season. Redgate, nice little extra 2 for Eureka.
You like to see that extra pass there from Nahara, finding Redgate right there, right next to the basket for an easy 2.
Yeah, it always helps when you have numbers on the floor. Eureka, a little 2v1 there. Now into the hands of Shelton. That one nearly lost. Recovering is Wally. She goes for the 3, no good. Great box out there by Redgate. Again, Eureka 3-on-1, bounce past Nahara and a little wide. She's gonna shoot it anyway, no good. Again, Eureka maybe moving a little too fast. Nahara was heavily contested on that shot. Talking to the ref right now, maybe saying there was some contact on the previous play. Clock stops at 6:26. Red Devils trail by 5.
But, you know, us getting on the board right there, that's a little confidence booster. We could use that going forward the rest of this quarter. It's only the second, you know, only down by 5. You just got to make the most of it. You can't let Lyon pull away, and you can't let the game get out of hand. You got to be able to stay close, give yourself a chance to win.
Abascal, no good on the offensive board. Eureka once again getting that basketball off the glass. Jackson running to the rim, left hand, no good. And another offensive foul against Eureka. Wow, I will say Lyon is doing a very great job right now at kind of pulling that one off. That's the second time this evening already.
Those offensive fouls will get their bench going and get them the energy and momentum they need. But that turnover right there, those are the types of turnovers that Eureka needs to take advantage of. Them throwing the ball out of bounds or throwing the ball to us. We need to take advantage of those and get the momentum going back to our side.
Yeah, perfectly said. That'll be number 14 on the night for Lyon. Clock just under 6 minutes left to go in this first half. It'll be Reich to inbound. And yeah, we know Eureka is a very strong offensive team as well. The thing is, the Scots, as we talked about in the pregame, they're not one of the better teams in conference play. They sit at 8th. They have a 4-10 record in the SLIAC. So it does make you maybe a little bit concerned just to see that, you know, you have a team that's in 4th place right now, struggling to beat one of the lower-ranked teams. Redgate threw a lot of contact, or at least that's what I thought. No good on the mid-range, coming up with it. Again, we're going to see Hamilton now into the hands of Stout. Hamilton, double team, nearly loses it. She's going to throw it behind her back and makes it off the backboard. Wow.
That's really good court awareness, knowing that you're under the basket, yes, but you are not so far under the basket where if you throw up a layup, it's going to hit the bottom of the backboard. Just knowing where you are in the court in this game is so important.
Yeah, I will say it didn't seem like Eureka was heavily contesting her on that attempt.
And she took advantage of it.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do. I'm sure that, Coach Fowler on the sideline greatly appreciates that out of all of his players, court vision awareness. Another clock stoppage here, 5:11 left to go. More substitutions from both sides of the floor. Again, we're going to see Jewel Wally make an appearance for Lyon.
Lyon and Eureka doing a great job of this game so far, just utilizing their bench.
Yeah, and that's something I believe that Eureka has wanted to utilize a little bit more as well. We know that they didn't have a lot of bench points against Webster last game, so of course, as I'm sure that Coach Hedrick, who is one of the coaches that loves the statistics, I'm sure he notices that and tends to pick up on things. And as you said, maybe making changes, using his bench a lot more in this game. Webb with a 3, that one good! Banks it in, Maya Webb finally connecting from deep. Eureka now trailing by 2. Double teamed against Shelton here. She's getting it in the hands of her teammate. Outside pass, Lopez mid-range. That one a little too strong. Jackson unable to collect the offensive board. Lopez again going back to it and connects.
I am not mad at that. That even though she made the shot, that is a very tough shot to make, and Eureka's forcing Lyon to take those tough shots right now, and that is very good defense right there. What a pass! What a pass! And finds Pascal in a row.
Yeah, Alana Jackson, very accurate on that bounce pass to Abascal to connect for 2. That one off the rim, no good, but there is going to be another foul. Clock again stopping just over 4 minutes. Eureka trailing by 2. And we're going to see Molly Mason be sent to the line. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. You can learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com. So again, we're seeing Lyon capitalize here. Webb, another 3, bang! Maya Webb. Back-to-back 3s for the all-star of Eureka. Loose ball, saved instead, ending up in the hands of Abascal. Eureka can take the lead here, but they are going to have to slow things down. Abascal waiting for her teammates to get to the side of the floor. Ness, a deep 2. Maybe not the best shot selection there.
I'm surprised of all the hands of Jackson again after banging 2 threes like that.
No good there. That one going to go out of bounds.
Jackson with 2 big shots right there to keep Eureka close. 36-35 now.
Yeah, 3:16 left to play. Up the floor. In the corner, Lopez. Now Mason spitting over Reich. No good. Offensive board. And finally looks like Ness picking it up. Just under 3 minutes left to go. Abascal taking it up the floor.
The one thing that Eureka they can do a better job of so far is controlling the rebounds. I feel like Lyon's getting a lot of offensive boards so far, and you want to limit that and limit their second chance opportunities. As they get another one.
Yeah,
that's limit it. Get instead of just jumping up and trying to grab the ball when it comes off the rim, a box out. You know, go back to the fundamentals. Don't lose yourself in the game. Just know what you what you're trying to do.
.240 left to play here in the second quarter. Eureka trailing by 1. But yeah, Schulte, as you mentioned, just trying to control the second chance opportunities here for Lyon. Webb barely getting it into the hands of Zarello. She was double teamed. Nice move there by Alyssa. She's in trouble. Bounce pass, Ness able to keep it in play. Eureka truly needs to slow down their gameplay here. Ness almost running into her own teammate. 10 on the shot clock. Webb uses that Ness screen. Pick and roll kind of move. Ness firing, and she is going to draw the contact. She'll be sent to the line and have the opportunity to at least tie it up or potentially take the lead.
And it feels like on the offensive side of the ball, when we do get like set, and usually when we break Lyon's press, we get wide open layups and that works out well. But whenever things get set and we need to slow down, we're forcing passes. We are going too fast. And it's okay to slow down every once in a while. It's not all go, go, go. Slow down, get the offense set, and get it ready.
Yeah, and that's something that I feel like Eureka struggles with a little bit. It's a very high-intensity team. They like to be aggressive, and their aggressiveness sometimes causes them to forget that it's okay to slow down the pace of the game every once in a while. Crossover move from Nahara, loose ball, fighting for it. That's going to be picked up by Lopez. Kaza up the floor against Ness, and she's going to be blocked. Josie Ness, her second block of the game. Wow.
Josie Ness, right place, right time. Great block.
Yeah, she is just impossible to get past right underneath that rim. As I mentioned, that's block number 2 on the night for Josie Ness. Inbounding here, Lopez with the basketball. Hamilton to the rim. Right hand, no good.
Oh, that was a late foul call.
I do not feel like there was any contact on that play. But again, maybe the ref has a better angle down there.
There might have been a foul there. It did look like there might have been a little bit of contact. The thing, it felt like a very late whistle right there.
Daly Hamilton, a season high of 17 points against MUW. A road game in which Lyon was able to win that one. Hamilton going 2 for 2 at the line there. Again, Lyon back on top, 38-36. Eureka, another opportunity to tie. Deep mid-range from Webb, no good. Fighting Scots are going to come up with that one. Another foul. I believe that's going against Reich. Just over a minute and a half left to go.
One thing that Eureka does need to do a better job of is whenever they do get on the offensive side to our side of half court, there's little corners that every press tries to avoid. That is the corner by the half court line, because you can't go back over and back, in the corners, because the sideline and the baseline there act as another defender. So realistically, there's 2 defenders on you, but actually it feels like 4. So if you want to stay out of those areas, keep your dribble alive as long as possible, and just avoid those areas at all costs, because that's a high turnover area.
Yeah, that's a really good point right there. So again, the Fighting Scots extend here, now up by 4. Eureka starting to get in that little slump again. Nothing too bad, but they are going to need to find an answer here. Webb is going to get fouled. Yeah, that's something I've noticed about Maya Webb. Again, aggressive player on the floor, but sometimes she tries to do a little bit too much herself, and that's usually what happens. Although most times she ends up getting the ball taken away, so actually she got away with, she caught a break right there. A minute 23 left to go. Jackson into the hands of Webb. Back to Jackson, trying to get to the rim. He's going to have to spin out. Kaza on her. Outside pass. Abascal pump fake to the rim. Right hand, no good.
Great move, though. Just need to finish that shot off there, but great move to get to the hole.
Yeah, that would have been very satisfying for sure, just if she was able to finish. Lopez back to Hamilton, stopping her feet. That pass, loose ball, and it's going to roll out of bounds. It'll stick with the Fighting Scots. Just under a minute left to play in this first half. Scots still up by 4. Inbounding for Lyon is Cooper.
Really nice active hands there by Maxine Nahara in the paint. Not letting that entry pass get down there. You don't want it to be one-on-one in the paint like that, so to stop that is big for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That one's going to go out of bounds. That's always a dangerous area to be if you're an opponent here at Eureka College, right next to all the fans down there. That's exactly why.
That entire first row just talking in your ear.
Webb up the floor now. Eureka really in need of an offensive answer here. Jackson going back at it. Outside pass, Nahara inside. That is a good mid-range jumper from Maxine Nahara, finally connecting. And it looks like Eureka is going to get the basketball back. Just under 30 seconds left to go. Nahara looking for someone on the floor, gets it to Abascal. Getting past Cooper, now spinning back out, something that she's done several times tonight. And Webb just gonna take the last shot of this half, which is probably the smart idea. Abascal, Nahara, and it's sticking with Eureka. I will say the Red Devils do need to connect here. It's going to be very crucial, especially going into halftime. You're going to at least want to tie this game up. You do not want Lyon to go into halftime with any extra motivation than they need.
Yeah, going in with the tie game would be huge right here for the Devs.
Webb, 5 seconds on the clock. Abascal, she's going to take the 3. No good. And that is how this first half will end. Scots lead at 40-38. A lot of players, Schulte, as you mentioned, have been involved quite a lot. Who really stands out to you in this one?
I would say on the Lion side, Kaza, just because, you know, that's their best player and she's going to be the best. She's going to stand out of everybody. And then for Eureka, it's hard to name just 1 or 2 people. But Maya Webb bringing the spark, you know, Red Gate being down low in the paint, and things like that, you know. Just like for Eureka, it's more than just one person. I would say there's 2 to 3 girls that has really stood out and just out there playing hard.
Yeah, that's the power of having such an aggressive team. Multiple players are always going to stand out. But that is all we have for you here in this first half side of things. We are going to take a break during halftime. Stay tuned for upcoming second half coverage here on ECTV, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Hello, and welcome to the Eureka College Halftime Show. I'm here with the theater director, Cheyenne Flores. How are you doing today, Cheyenne?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. I'd like to start by asking what your background in theater is.
Oh, absolutely. So, like most theater people, I started my background at community theater at the local opera house. And then from there, once I had opportunities in high school, I jumped on them, did everything that I could. Once I went to undergrad, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to do a career in theater. I studied mainly costuming. That was honestly my first love. But I realized there was more out there for me, more that I wanted to do. So I went and got my Master of Arts from Illinois State University, and now I'm here.
Do you have any plans to continue your education in theater?
Absolutely. I want to go get my PhD, but mainly because I want to teach college students at the end of the day, and that is the next logical step for me.
Oh, that makes total sense. What made you fall in love with theater?
theater has this ability to just encapsulate this magical idea and just the spectacle of it all. Just the lights, the cameras, the costumes, the dancing. I've always loved that aspect, but most importantly, it's imagination at the end of the day. We were kids in the backyard playing princesses and heroes, and now we're on stage playing princesses and heroes and maybe a villain or two.
So imagination really fills the drive for being on stage as an actor.
Absolutely. When people ask me where I come from, I always say that I've had a creative heart, and I just want to keep creating, and I want to keep giving students access to create things that they wouldn't normally think of.
Yeah. Continuing our imagination into adulthood.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that. How has your experience been at Eureka College Theater?
Eureka College has honestly been one of the best experiences for me. I kind of got thrown in halfway through the year, and I didn't know what I had entailed. But I have the most dedicated students because it's a smaller college, because we have the sources that we have. I require a lot from my students to get the production to a point that it needs to be, and you guys, because you are one of my acting students, you have put so much effort and so much energy into what it is. It makes my job easier, to be honest.
Yes. That's amazing. It's definitely been a delight to be a part of such an experience from a student standpoint. What are your hopes for the future of Eureka College Theater?
My hopes is always to expand. I want more people in the theater, more people comfortable with being involved in theater, whether they have a theatrical background or not. You know, theater is supposed to be a welcoming space. It's all about ensemble work. Our goal, believe it or not, is to make friends in a lot of ways, and to make beautiful experiences for both the audiences and for ourselves. We only ever have maybe 3 months to do something. So to have a bigger collective will always be my goal. Always bring more in.
Have you enjoyed doing the smaller shows?
I do enjoy the smaller shows. Last semester we had an all-female cast, and that was a really unique experience. Honestly, I don't think it's an experience that I will have very often in my life. And to have an all-female cast means that we get to joke in different ways. The environment was a little bit different, but I look forward to bringing in as many students so that they know what it's like, we have this scary idea of standing in front of the stage, but really it can be a lot of fun. I know I've told you this, and I've told my other students, when you're on stage, imagine you're talking to your best friend. And that's what I always hope for all of them, that we all become best friends. Well, you guys can be friends.
Yes. What has been your favorite part of being a part of Eureka College Theater?
Honestly, just the memories. The rehearsals, the group text, the late night emails wondering, do we have rehearsal tomorrow? All of you guys, or at least my experience so far, is all my students also have jobs, they have academic careers, they have all these other aspects, and theater is just another job for them to take on. So my hopes is that we continue to build a welcoming environment for others to come in. You know, I've worked with students that didn't have a theatrical background before, and then there's those who do have a theatrical background, and we find this beautiful middle ground of being like, oh, this is how I can help you, this is how I can get you where we all collectively need to be. So to make theater about building friendships, building connections, building experiences for both the ensemble and audience, I think Eureka College has nothing but endless possibilities of where that can go.
Do you have a favorite memory from the previous shows you've done here?
Oh, that one's a hard one too. I will say, just last night I made all of you guys do Just Dance. Yes. As a warm-up, we played Just Dance, and that was a lot of fun.
That was very fun.
For the Wolves, there was a lot of fun memories of learning how to do the stretches and learning the tempo, learning all of those aspects. Just a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes, and you know, it's one of those situations that even 20 years from now, you could tell your potential children in your life, hey, one time I played a soccer player and she had to have a mental breakdown on stage. And it was honestly a really rewarding experience. Yeah. And you learn and you grow and you have these funny little memories that you forget about until you're like, oh, that's where that jersey came from, in the back of my closet.
It's beautiful. Is there anything you would like to end on today?
I would just like to remind people that theater is for everyone. It's for anyone and everyone. I love working with people from different backgrounds. I love working with people who are new to theater, who haven't been around theater for a lot, or who left theater and are choosing to come back. Approaching theater in this new adult life of yours as college students means you get to approach more serious subjects, and I hope to bring that to students, stuff that they care about, stuff that they find entertaining, but also stuff that makes them grow a little bit. That's always my hope.
It's amazing. It was so wonderful to talk with you today, Cheyenne. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Thank you. Stay tuned for more on Eureka College ECTV.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills. So you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Welcome to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub.
Calvin got diagnosed June 10th of 2018. He has rhabdomyosarcoma, a soft tissue cancer. But St. Jude has covered everything, and coming here, they're like, we are going to do everything we can. And when they say everything, they mean everything. St. Jude is like the gold at the end of a rainbow for a family like ours. They've really given our family hope, and we are so grateful and thankful for everything.
There's nearly 678,290,000 kids under 5 around the world. But what's so important about being 5? A lot, it turns out. Children who live to age 5 are twice as likely to reach adulthood. That's why vaccines matter so much. For 40 years, Rotary and partners have delivered vaccines globally. Like here, and even here. Impressive, right? But 12.5 million children are still totally unvaccinated. Rotary knows we can find them. Because when Rotary and Indian vaccinators looked for families at bus and train stations, used motorbikes, and trekked house to house, they lowered polio cases by 94%. See, it can be done, and the results are worth it. Let's ensure that all children grow up safe from preventable diseases.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home. I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna. It only takes a spark to make a fire start. Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
We are back here on ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth for today's game between the Fighting Scots of Lyon and your Eureka Red Devils here at the Christine Bonatti Bullwinkle Arena. Matthew Swan, Andrew Schulte on the call after one half. The Scots up 40-38 in what has been a lot of back and forth to say. Webb immediately getting right back to it, and good with the left hand to tie things up at 40.
Right there, that's what we need to do all half. Get those turnovers and capitalize on them.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Possessions. There we go. More active hands from Jackson. We love to see that.
Yeah, especially
hands active, and let's go.
Especially right out of the gate as well. Schulte, I know you were talking about right before right after the end of the first half, a lot of key players that stand out from both sides for Lyon. Natalia Kaza, remember, she is just on fire this season. A season high of 37 points. She has also 133 points in her last 5 games. In this game alone, she has 12 already, 5 for 13 from the field and for Eureka. It's one of those teams that it's hard to just pick one key player that stands out. But
what a move in the paint by Webb. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, exactly. Right now it's Maya Webb, 16 points on the night. After that nice 2, Reich putting that one up and the foul.
And add an assist to Webb's stat line after that one.
Yeah, so even when Webb isn't scoring, she's finding a way to somehow contribute. And Reich is going to be sent to the line in hopes of making it a 3-point play.
40 seconds into the half, and Lyon already has to call a timeout because Eureka has put up a quick 8 in 40 seconds.
Yeah, so as both teams take a break, we will as well. Stay tuned for more upcoming second half coverage here on ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills. So you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria. Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Once more, we return to the Christine Bonatti Bullwinkle Arena here for second half coverage between the Lyon Fighting Scots and the Eureka Red Devils. Schulte, it's been a very short start to the second half, but a very aggressive start as well. What stands out to you about Eureka's gameplay right now?
The efficiency. You know, we get those turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, and then we turn them into offensive points, and that's what we need to be doing to take control of this game and to win this game. Obviously, that first half was sloppy, and Coach Hendrick did not like what he saw. Went to the locker room and fired up the girls, and now they're out here balling out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. A lot of intensity from this Red Devils team, especially in this second half. Coming out very strong. There's a forced turnover already. Now a loose ball taken away by Cooper. Hamilton fighting for it. Another shot that goes over her head, this time no good. Redgate to Nahara. She's going to have to spin in and out. Reset here. Redgate, mid-range. That one a little bit too strong. There's that offensive board that we've been looking for. Webb, three, bang! Maya Webb, another triple. That is her third of the night. She's now 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Nearly picked off there. Finally, Lyon resetting. Lopez going for mid-range, a little hesitant on the shot, no good. Put back up, that one falls through. Molly Mason, another 2 points to her night. She is now at 9. Bang! Maya Webb, back-to-back triples.
Webb bringing the intensity in the second half, up to 24 points for her. We love to see that. Keep beating her the rock.
Maya Webb, such a great shooter from deep. Step back there from Kaza, but she's going to hold on to it. Redgate really locking her up right now. And there is going to be a foul. Or, yeah, I believe that one's going to be...
Couldn't tell. That might have been a travel.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like another turnover here against Lyon. Eureka will get the basketball back once more. So a very strong Eureka Red Devils team. Baseball pass from Nahara. Reich, Redgate, and good. Elena Redgate, 10 points tonight.
Down by 2 at half. 2 minutes and 15 seconds and up by 11. How the tide has changed, how the momentum has shifted, whatever you want to say, it's just going all Eureka's way right now.
Yeah, whatever Coach Hendrick said to them during halftime has seemed to really wake this team up, playing with a lot more intensity right now. Here's a three, that one short. Redgate picking up a rebound. That's going to be her 4th tonight. So Elena Redgate starting to become a little bit more involved here tonight, contributing a lot more efficiently here in the second half. As Schulte, you mentioned, 10 points tonight already for Elena Redgate. Remember, she has a season high of 22. That was that was 2 games ago against Spalding. Another one of those games that seems almost as if everybody gets a touch on the basketball. There's a three from Natalia Kaza. So Lyon finally starting to find an answer of their own. And just like that, Lyon finds themselves down by 8.
And you know if Lyon wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to go through her, Kaza. So you know exactly who you're going to have to guard, and an offensive foul right there for the Red Devils. Not what you wanted to see, especially after that three. After that three, you wanted to come back and respond on offense. Unfortunately, an offensive foul is not going to help you with that.
Yeah, and again, there's that aggressiveness from Maya Webb. She's such a great player when it comes to being aggressive, but at the same time, it's kind of a double-edged sword. She maybe becomes a little too aggressive, especially on that last play. There's a pass, that one saved by Reich. Nahara, one-on-one, putting it up good.
And the stand over by Maxine. Wow, what a great play.
That was
bringing
tough.
The energy.
That was tough. Maxine Nahara.
Letting her know whose house she is in.
Yep, that's exactly what you want to do. Assert dominance. She has every right to do that. Red Devils up by 10.
Down by 2 at the half. Coach Hendrick got the girls fired up by 10 with 6 minutes and 41 seconds left to play.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be their best quarter of the night. Lyon back at it. Kaza heavily guarded by Rice. She's going to flip it off to Hamilton.
You know the offense is going to go through number 30.
Here's a three. That one good. Jewel Wally connecting for a triple. Again, the Fighting Scots cutting their way back into this game. Jackson to Reich. She's going to reset across court. Webb, three, no good. Hamilton picking up the rebound.
Webb feeling herself right there after making 2 back-to-back threes. Couldn't get that one to go, but hey, keep firing away. 3 for 6 on the night, and it's not a bad stat line.
Yeah, and speaking of threes, Dale Hamilton getting a 3 of her own. Lyon back within 4.
Lyon not afraid to let that thing fly either.
3 from Reich, that one no good. It looks like both teams right now are just trying to see who can make the most threes in the shortest amount of time. Hamilton gonna have to stop her feet here. Looks like 2 of the line players almost tried to fight over the basketball. Reich now fighting for it, and again Wally gonna end up on the floor after that play.
That was a very questionable pass over to Wally as Reich was right behind her, like almost like stalking her, and as soon as she caught the ball and turned, just right there grabbed the hold.
Yeah, especially
as that point guard, you got to see that defender right there and make a smarter pass for Lyon.
Yeah, especially since like it seemed as if they were kind of just both holding onto the ball, not really sure what to do. That was a aggressive pass from Ness, able to connect to Jackson, who's going to slow down the gameplay here, taking it to the rim, spinning back out. Nahara. Ness, deep mid-range. That one no good. Abascal. Offensive board. That's what we like to see from this Red Devils team. And the second chance points from Maxine Nahara.
Give credit to Abascal right there, getting that offensive rebound as the tiniest player on the court.
Yeah, that's not something you like, or that's not something you see quite often, especially, like you said, for someone like the size of Abascal. But Eureka, 10 offensive boards. Another timeout here. Red Devils back on top, 59-51. Stay tuned for more second half coverage up next here on ECTV, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria.
I don't even know who.
We return here to the Christine Bonatti Bullwinkle Arena for more second half coverage between the Eureka Red Devils and the Lyon Fighting Scots, who are on the road, and ever since the start of this second half have seemed to struggle quite a bit.
Yeah, but every time that Eureka has tried to build that lead up even more, you saw it right there. Lyon hit 2 big threes to get them back in this game and get them some momentum going. So don't count out the Scots yet.
Yeah, a lot of threes being exchanged between both sides. Here's a nice layup. That one connecting. Savannah Stout once again getting in on the action. Lyon back down by 4.
Just when you thought Kaza was going to be the main focus of the offense, the Scots are doing a great job of spreading out the love.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point to make. Hamilton right behind Kaza, 9 points on her night, along with, that's tied actually with Molly Mason, and Jewel Wally right behind both of those girls with 8. So yeah, a lot of players getting a touch on the basketball right now. Seems like everyone's contributing, and Schulte, you talked about it in the first quarter when, you mentioned it was a high-scoring game for one quarter, and it seems to still be that way. Both teams scoring a lot right now.
You just see it a lot with them turning defense into offense. Both teams have had a lot of turnovers. Obviously, Eureka's forcing a lot more turnovers than Lyon, but Lyon's not doing bad in forcing turnovers themselves, and both teams are just executing off those turnovers and getting points out of free opportunities.
Webb gonna hit the floor after nearly losing the basketball. She'll be helped up to her feet. Just over 4 minutes left to play in quarter number 3. Eureka will maintain possession here. Nahara to inbound. Gonna try to get it past Hamilton into the hands of Ness. Webb once again using her aggressiveness. That one quickly going out of bounds. It'll stay with Eureka.
Thought there could have been a foul call there, but from here you couldn't really, it was hard to tell, just a reaction of Webb after she took up the layup. But it's hard to tell from up here, the ref's got a better angle than we do.
Maya Webb is extremely good at drawing contact. A deep two, no good. Another offensive board. Josie Ness. Webb wanted the three. Still thinking about it maybe. Instead gives it to Abascal. Nahara calling for it. Ness. Open lane. Outside. Webb. Corner three. Bang! Maya Webb. Another three. Make her 5 for 8 from behind the arc.
Maya Webb is on fire tonight. This is her game.
Yeah, she is.
She heard Kaza was going to come here, give her a run for her money, but no,
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. You have to remember that Eureka beat Lyon at their own home court. So if they're able to do that, they have a very high chance. Another three. Oh, no. I was waiting for it. Maya Webb definitely, as you can tell, a lot more comfortable with her range.
An off-the-ball foul there on Lyon. Eureka will retain possession on this inbound.
But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, if Eureka can go on the road and beat Lyon, they have a higher chance of doing it at home as well. That's something that they're proving right now. Only up by 5, so Lyon is keeping it quite competitive. Especially, I mean, you do have to give the Scots credit, especially, considering the fact that they sit at 8th place right now in conference play.
On a 6-game losing streak as well.
Yeah, so maybe motivation as well not there. Nahara finding a few lucky bounces, connects there for another 2 points to her night. She's now at 12. Kaza in trouble. Now into the hands of Hamilton. She takes a three. That is nowhere close.
And you can hear the student section. Even if you guys aren't watching the live feed, you had to go to the living room and grab a cup of water or something. You could hear from the reaction of the crowd here what kind of shot that was.
Yeah, it's always good to see the Eureka fans get into it. So Eureka once again getting the basketball. 2:51 left to go in this third quarter. Red Devils started this half down by 2, Schulte, as you mentioned, and since then it's been all Eureka.
It's been all Eureka, but Lyon has kept fighting back. It's been a very offensive-heavy half, and it's been really fun to watch Webb cooking from outside the arc, the heart and the hustle of this Eureka team, as you just saw right there with Ness with the putback on an offensive rebound. That's what we need, especially going into conference play. Stuff like that will get us far.
Yeah, one of the things that in the first quarter we had the men's head coach of the basketball team, Chip Wilde, come up, and we interviewed him a little bit, and one of the things that he said that can actually apply to this game as well is that in February these basketball games start to become a little bit more competitive, and that's the same scenario for this game as well. And just this month of basketball, as playoffs start to approach us right around the corner, Eureka really starting to make a drive. You have to be one of the top 6 teams to advance, and Eureka looked at that and said, you know what, we'll be top 5. No, actually, we'll be top 4.
Get a home court advantage in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Get a home game. The games in February are more competitive because you do have teams fighting for that spot, but they're also the hardest games you're going to play all year until you get to conference play, because you've already put together a full season. You're coming down to the end, you're winding down. Everybody's tired. Everybody had to travel a lot. They're tired. So these are going to be the hardest games, but also the most competitive.
Yeah, the end of the season is where you really start to show what kind of work that you've put in, not only during the offseason, but also in season. Abascal in the paint. She's going to have to get rid of it. Webb, 1 second on the shot clock. Fires. Good! Maya Webb somehow connects.
She cannot miss tonight.
She is on fire and travel. Wow, Eureka coming back to life.
As you see Hamilton right there from Lyon trying to tell her teammates, think, use your head a little bit. Come on, we got this. Get back in the game, because they're only down by 9, but you cannot be making those mental mistakes going forward, especially this late in the game.
Yeah. Man, Maya Webb somehow connecting. A buzzer beater. Josie Ness back at it. Yeah, Eureka just continuing to extend their lead as Max Nahara connects for 2. She now has 14 on the night. And it looks like the Red Devils fans wanted a turnover against Lyon. Instead, the referee signals it will stick with the Fighting Scots. Hamilton to inbound. Connor. That one nearly picked off by Abascal, and it is going to be a jump ball, according to the referee.
Possession arrow shows Lyon. So they will retain possession here, but that Eureka defense, man, hounding the Lyon Scots right now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Red Devils not only being aggressive on offense, but getting into transition really efficiently. And another turnover forced by Alyssa Abascal.
An 8-second call, not getting the ball over half court quick enough will bring the ball back to the Devils.
Yeah, it seems like everything is working right now for Eureka in this third quarter.
The refs are talking about something here.
And yeah, I'm sure Coach Hedrick wants an explanation. He started to walk on the court, but
well, everything stayed the same.
Yeah, so no real argument of anything there. Jackson again inbounding, looking for Webb instead. No, she is going to give it to Webb.
Webb getting face guarded by Kaza. Kaza not letting her out of her sight.
Aggressive defensive player against a very aggressive offensive player. Webb into the hands of Nahara. To her left, stops her feet. Abascal, open look to the rim. Pump fake and
what a move.
The Euro step almost got her.
Abascal's had 2 great moves like that. She just got to execute them, and those are beautiful moves. She's got it in her bag, though, obviously.
Hamilton being double teamed. Now triple teamed. Eureka 3-on-1. Abascal extending 70-57. Eureka continues to capitalize.
And you see it there too. They had her trapped on the bench, and the bench players for Eureka got up and into it.
Nearly another turnover, but this time there is going to be a foul on Emily Wally. Again, Eureka just getting a little too aggressive, but they've had such an amazing third quarter. And there's still an entire 40 seconds left.
Webb just too excited to get up into the play there, bumped into her, sent her to the free throw line.
Yeah, so Wally able to knock down her first attempt. She has a season high 11 points, a road game against Crowley's Ridge. I've actually never heard of that school. Definitely not one of our conference teams, but that was a game earlier in the season, so that's pretty common. A lot of these teams like to play teams that aren't in their conference early on. Just get a feel for different levels of competition. Webb back at it. Less than 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. Outside pass. Jackson in the arc.
Floater.
Fires no good. Loose ball. A fight for the basketball. And another jump ball.
Eureka will retain possession right here. You have to imagine that now that they are face guarding, it almost looks like they could be doing a box and one. No, they're in man still. But with Webb getting face guarded, no matter where she is on the court, somebody else is going to have to get the ball and be the main ball handler for the Devs.
Nahara over the head of Lyon. Back to Abascal to the rim. Right hand. Good. A very high level of precision from Alyssa Abascal. Another 2 points to her night. She's now at 6 on the night. Here's a 3. No good. Right as the clock expires. So the third quarter does come to an end. Eureka, after being down by 2 to start, now leads at 72-59. And we will come to a fourth quarter, and Eureka looks to close it out. You're going to want to stay tuned for upcoming second half coverage here on ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
The airwaves just got a refresh, and you need to spin your dial to 103.1 to find out. EC 103.1 is your latest and freshest option at your disposal, with the latest alternative rock hits, new personalities, and live sporting events at Eureka College. With an award-winning pedigree, EC 103.1 will quickly be the only thing you want to hear on your radio. Now on the FM airwaves and streaming globally on iHeartRadio. EC 103.1, your rock alternative.
Welcome to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub.
We are back live here on ECTV from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, Andrew Schulte on the call here from the Christine Benetti Bullwinkle Arena. Red Devils entering this fourth quarter look to close it out, up 72-59. Schulte, what went right for Eureka in that third quarter?
Maya Webb could not miss from behind the arc. In the arc, we saw the buzzer beater. We saw the 3 threes in a row. I mean, what more could you ask for? And the defense, creating all the turnovers to get the ball back on the offensive side and forcing Lyon to take tough shots. All those things going together should be an easy closeout for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Eureka just playing really great basketball on both sides of the floor. Webb, to add on to what you said, she actually has 29 points in this game. Her season high is 30, so she is very close to surpassing her season high. It seems like every game she's just starting to kind of break some of her own records, or at least season highs, I should say.
Just getting better each game. That's all you can ask for going forward, and especially whenever you get into conference and tournament play, just improving each and every time you go out and step on that floor.
There's a great inbound into the hands of Lopez, and unable to knock it down, but she is fouled. She'll be sent to the line. Savannah Lopez in this game. This will actually be her first trip to the line. She has 8 points tonight, 4 for 10 from the field. Unable to knock down attempt number 1.
If you're Eureka right here, you want to keep your foot on the gas so that way you don't have to deal with all the late fouling and you guys can just get a big lead and send them on home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Eureka's just trying to pretty much get out of here by now. You know, they've made their case, but again, I mean, it's a Red Devils team that sometimes doesn't really know when to take the foot off the gas, which is okay, but it's one of those things like that they call them unwritten rules. Some teams just don't like it if you continue to score if you're up by a lot.
And they're not going to take the foot off the gas because if they win this game, they clinch that fourth spot and to get to a home court advantage game against the 5th seed. So a win here means we have a home playoff game at the Reagan. So they do not plan on taking that foot off the gas because a home playoff game means so much.
Yeah, that's right. And again, we talked in the pregame, it hasn't been until the 2019-2020 season where Eureka was unable to have a winning record, meaning a percentage over 500. And this is actually the first time since that time period they've been able to do that. Nahara flips it to Webb. That one knocked out of bounds. And again, we're going to have a quick clock stoppage. Great defense there by Jewel Wally. Just over 8.5 left to go. Eureka 74, Lyon 60. Redgate getting past her defender. Outside pass, Nahara to the rim, putting it up, and no good. Another offensive board picked up by Sierra Garcia-Reich. Nahara gonna direct traffic here. Webb resetting. 10 on the shot clock. Redgate 3, no good. Wow, these offensive boards from Eureka seems like they are just in the right spot every single time.
You just got to capitalize when you get those offensive rebounds and not have an empty possession if you get 2 or 3 chances or 2 or 3 looks at the rim.
Yeah, you can see Hamilton having trouble even getting the basketball across the court. Instead of running just simply in a straight line, she kind of had to do a zigzag. not only around her own player, but Max Nahara as well, who is making it pretty much impossible for any of the Scots right now to contribute offensively.
And Nahara causing that turnover in the paint right there with her defensive presence.
Webb, lob pass to Nahara, getting past Kaza. Reich tried to, looks like, tip pass over to Redgate. Instead, it's going to go out of bounds.
I thought Reich should touch that whenever it was coming down off the line player, but I guess she got her hands out there quick enough. It's hard. Jump back like that, and I guess she got her hands out there quick enough. It will stay Devils ball.
Looking to inbound to Redgate, deep mid-range. That one good.
Such a good mid-range shooter Redgate is. Dominant in the paint and dominant in the mid-range.
7 for 10 from the field, meaning she's shooting 70%. That's really good right now. Elena Redgate, 14 points on the night. Here's a left hand from Wally, no good, but she does draw the contact. And again, Jewel Wally's going to get sent to the line for the first time tonight, hoping to add on to her point total of 8. Jewel Wally, just one of those players that contributes in any way she can. She's shooting over 400% from the field this season. Season high of 2 points on the road against Fontbonne. So here tonight, she's already surpassed that significantly. Red Devils fans trying to make her miss, but she's going to knock that one down. Webb to Abascal, and there is going to be a quick turnover against the Red Devils here.
And expect Lyon to come out with full pressure, everything that they can, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the Red Devils right here. Down 15 points, trying to get back in this game in the fourth quarter with whatever hope they have left.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not really trying to go out quietly. Wally thought about a 3, takes it to the rim, left hand, no good. Nahara there, fight for the basketball, finally able to get it to Abascal, but they are going to have to get the ball across the court. And they do so. Reich across the court. Webb, corner 3, good!
Got it.
Maya Webb continuing to hit the triple. And she now surpasses her current, or I should say ex-current season high for points. It was 30, and here tonight.
Add another 2 on that. Now she's up to 34.
Wow, Maya Webb continuing to just be an absolute monster on the floor right now. She's pretty hard to stop. And right away, we could see Eureka getting into transition very quickly. Wally once again with the basketball. She seems to be the kind of main target right now for Lyon. Lopez in trouble going against Redgate. Lopez trying to get against Redgate. Firing, no good. Webb right there to pick up the rebound. Lob pass, Reich to the rim, pump fake, putting it up, no good. Loose ball, that one taken away by Cooper.
And Eureka on defense, whenever Lyon gets their offense set up, they're doing a great job in forcing them to take really tough shots. Like on that last possession, you saw Lopez take a mid-range fade away from the free throw line. Like, that is not an ideal shot that you want to take with a hand in your face. So making them take those kind of shots are very good for us seeing that from our defense.
Yeah, definitely a lot of these shots that we've seen have been contested pretty significantly, and unfortunately, right before the end of that timeout, we saw Haven Cooper knock down a mid-range. That one was a little bit uncontested, but again, I mean, Eureka's able to do that now, especially because of the large lead they've been able to gain over these last 2 quarters.
I don't know what Coach Hendrick told these girls at halftime, but man, they came out firing in the second half.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. You kind of, every once in a while, it's good to just have that reminder, reset, take a break, and of course, you have a coach there who's there to support you. He's there to motivate you, and just another great example of Coach Hendrick doing his job and doing it really well.
We have not had to say Kaz's name at all in this fourth quarter either, holding her at bay, at check, just containing that scoring machine for Lyon.
Yeah, I did mention Kaza has a season high of 37. She only has 15 tonight, which is still good. She still leads the team, but I mean, it's nowhere near to, where she can be at. We know that she's just one of those players that is able to contribute offensively in a very strong fashion. And that level just has not been there tonight for Kaza. We see Alyssa Zarello back in the game, and she's going to take it up the floor, right under the rim, no good. Unable to get that offensive board. Lyon coming up with it. Zarello poking that out of bounds, and
Eureka's ball.
Yeah,
great play.
Great job by Zarello, and that's exactly what you need from a player. Obviously, she missed the shot, but the fact that she's able to get up and get right back into transition and still contribute shows what kind of player she is. Abascal now back to work. Just over 5.5 left to go in this game. Abascal looking for Zarello, finds her, she's gonna be blocked. Lyon, fast break opportunity at the rim. That one out of the hands of Shelton. And another clock stoppage here in the fourth quarter. I believe she was fouled on the way up, so Shelton is going to get sent to the line. Looking for her first points of the night. She hasn't had a lot of playing time in this game. 0 for 3 from the field, and she even has an attempt from behind the arc, knocking down attempt number 1, so she finally gets onto the scoreboard. Looking for 2 points and gets it. So everyone right now who has played tonight for Lyon has scored, except Olivia Jones. Not to single her out in any way, but Jackson. Crossover move. Gonna have to circle back out here.
Good move there to get open.
Off the backboard, no good. Reich trying to chase down the loose ball. Instead, it's gonna go back to the Fighting Scots. Deep pass there. 5 minutes left to go in this one. To the rim, outside pass. Here's a mid-range. That one falls through, getting the lucky bounce and the foul. So
foul on Abscol while she was going by, made contact with the arm while she was shooting the ball and got it to fall. You don't see those mid-rangers and ones very often. Mid-range or threes. You usually see them around the bucket, so kind of a neat little play to see there.
Yeah, definitely one of the farther mid-range shots that we've seen here tonight. Savannah Lopez again getting a shot at the line. 1 for 2 for her free throws here tonight. She has 11 points, sitting right behind Kaza, hoping to cut down that 4-point deficit between her teammate. Knocking down that one right there and able to make it a 3-point play. Webb, double team. She's going to have to get rid of it. Nahara now thought about passing across the court, gets it to Ness. Open, wide open was Redgate. Instead, that one's going to go out, off her hand and out of bounds.
And that is what Eureka needs to know. No matter who's going to get the ball, everybody's going to be double teamed because Lyon's going to be trying to make a comeback in this game. So that means one person will always be open. Find that, make enough passes, find that person, get the easy layup, get the 2 points.
Yeah, actually turnovers were a huge issue for Lyon last game on the road against Fontbonne, and that seems to be the same situation here. There's a 3 from Kaza, finally connecting. As you mentioned, Schulte, we haven't said her name a whole lot here in this fourth quarter, but all of a sudden starting to contribute once again.
Now it's only a 10-point game. Lyon is in reach.
Ness, another 2, and you had to add on to that. There's still a lot of time left to go, just over 4 minutes. So it's a very possible, outcome that Lyon can make a very late comeback here. But back to what I was originally saying, Lyon 22 turnovers last game. Here tonight they have 30. So that's something they've definitely been trying to work on, at least recently, just controlling the basketball. And here tonight it hasn't really seemed to get any better.
Yeah. But that Eureka defense has been all over the place. So give credit where credit is due, forcing all those turnovers to Coach Hendrick and the squad that he put out there.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Come to think of it, I mean, we talked about Eureka's defense and how aggressive they are. We know that Alana Jackson, Maya Webb, they're some of the best defensive players in the SLIAC. So it's obviously going to be a competition when you have to go up against not only both of those players, but the Eureka Red Devils in general. Hamilton resetting here. Passing to Lopez, wide open look, but short, getting her own offensive board and putting it back in.
Good court awareness there to find Lopez open in the paint.
Yeah, Lyon doing a really great job right now at taking those high shot selections. Maya Webb back at it, thinking about a three.
Thought about it, but you can see that Eureka's going to be trying to slow it down here to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Into the hands of Abascal, spinning around Hamilton, now double team. Outside, Jackson, triple, no good. Nahara there to put it back up. A miss, Webb, deep three. A little bit too strong on that one. You could tell that the fans just really wanting Maya Webb to connect once more, at least one more time. There's a three short from Kaza. Webb. Now Jackson taking it up, back to Webb, spinning around Lopez, trying to put it up, and
block called. Eureka gets ball.
Yeah, so Eureka able to maintain possession here. Just under 2.5 left to go in this game. Eureka 83, Lyon 73, and there is going to be another timeout, but we are going to keep things here once again.
I would not be surprised for Lyon to come out of this after this possession here and go full court press, push the ball up the court as fast as they can, try to get quick shots off. They're only down 10. That is manageable with 2.5 minutes to go, especially with the different runs that we've seen tonight that teams have been, Lyon and Eureka's been going on. So with that being said, I could see them pushing the ball as fast as they can, trying to force as many turnovers as they can, and as soon as they get below that 2-minute mark, start fouling and trying to force Eureka to make their free throws.
Yeah, and of course Eureka, on the other hand, they're going to pretty much just try to do the exact opposite, control the basketball, and also try not to get fouled, because they're just trying to come out with a win in this one. So it's going to be an interesting end of the game. It usually always is, especially in these close games. So you can see Coach Hendrick drawing out plays. Eureka up by 10 with just under 2.5 left to go.
And if you're Eureka, you know that you need to take advantage when they send you that free throw line. You cannot go 1 for 2 in this situation or 0 for 2. You need to be 2 for 2. You need to be perfect. Those are free points. You cannot leave those just on the line.
Yeah, I will say Eureka has the benefit of being up by double digits, which is always a little bit more reassuring. One example off the top of my head was that Principia game when Eureka had the opportunity to make a comeback, and unfortunately, as you mentioned, not knocking down those free throws, it really haunts you in the end. Nahara no good on that behind the back attempt, fighting Lopez for it. Hamilton across court to the rim, fighting right hand, no good, but she is going to get sent to the line. It'll be her third trip tonight.
With 2 minutes left in the game, one thing you don't want to do is send your opponent to the free throw line, especially up by 10, like trying to cut this lead down to single digits. You don't want to send them to get free points at the line. Make them shoot shots and make them miss. Get the boards and go up there and let yourself get fouled and get points.
Yeah, there's no better way to put it. You don't want to give Lyon the opportunity to come back. You want them to work for it. And right now, it seems like Eureka's just allowing them to come back in this game. You cannot, put your guard down and beat yourselves up. You have to let Lyon, kind of take initiative here. Abascal, mid-range, off the backboard, lucky bounce goes in. Great job by Alyssa Abascal to extend Eureka's lead. 85-74. Hamilton back at it.
You know that Lyon's going to go right to Kaza every time.
Yeah, and no good from Kaza there. Maybe moving a little bit too quickly. She did not set her feet on that attempt. And a little bit of a small collision there, but
that'll be a blocking foul on Kaza as that. Oh, Eureka's not quite in the bonus yet, as Eureka will be taken out on the sideline.
Now that definitely had me a little worried for a second. I saw that Redgate came up limping a little bit, but she looks to be okay right now.
Just be one of those things that shock you for a little bit. You're just going to walk it off.
Yeah, and it's always scary, especially towards the end of the season when you have a very competitive team. You hate to see some of your star players, or any players at all, just get injured. Even if it's a slight injury, it's never a good sign.
No. Especially with tournament play right around the corner.
Jackson fighting for it. Falls, gives it to Webb. 3. just missing.
Just a little too long on that one. I thought she had it. It looked like it was going in from here.
Yeah, it definitely looked good. Loose ball picked up by Jackson once again, and Eureka comes up with it. And you can imagine they're just going to try to hold on to it for as much as possible.
Under a minute left in this game.
Webb in trouble, and she is going to get fouled.
I believe that should put Eureka in the bonus. Nope, that's only 4. One more.
We're going to see Reich come back in this game, which means Jackson will get some resting time along with Josie Ness. So Redgate as well will watch from the sideline. Nahara to inbound. Ness in the paint. Back to Nahara, and smart move. Just try to drain out as much clock as possible.
Yep, very good team move there by Nahara, trying to kill as much clock as she can, not taking it to the hole. She could have had an easy 2 points right there, but team play right there.
Yeah, it shows you that, she's not all about herself, and that's something that is really great about this Eureka team. They do everything for the team. They play for the name on the front of their jerseys. Reich at the line, hoping to extend here. But either way, even if she does miss both, it looks like Eureka's going to come out with a win.
Up by 11, 44 and a half seconds left in this game. It looks pretty safe right here, but can never be too comfy.
This is definitely going to feel good for Eureka after coming off of a loss against Webster on the road. And not only that, but it'll help them potentially spark up a good level of momentum. That one's going to go out of bounds. Back to Eureka.
And this win right here should lock up that 4th seed for the Red Devils and should create that home playoff game here at the Reagan.
Abascal up the floor. About 30 seconds left to go. She's going to have to be careful, nearly going out of bounds. Somehow manages to stay in.
Very good job there. Tight walking that sideline right there. And staying in bounds, keeps the clock running.
Yeah, and it looks like the Red Devils are just going to hold on to this one for the remaining 6 seconds on the shot clock. Webb puts it up anyways, and good. Maya Webb extending. And Lyon can just hold on to it for the rest of the game. It looks like that's what Hamilton's going to do.
Pressing all the way to the end.
And that will conclude this ball game. So Eureka ends up winning this one 87-74. Red Devils now move to 13-9 overall. And of course in SLIAC conference play, 9 wins, 6 losses. So they do stay within the top 5 teams of the SLIAC standings. Maya Webb led the team, 34 points, a new season high for her. Congratulations to Maya Webb. Of course, for Lyon, Natalia Kaza leading the team with 18, but that wasn't enough to do it. Schulte, what went right for Eureka tonight to allow them to come out with a win?
The entire second half. This played flawlessly. Offense, defense translating to offense. Maya Webb come out hot. Everything just went right and fell Eureka's way, and they didn't take their foot off the gas as they came out, took care of business, and did what they had to do, and now Lyon moves to a 7-lose streak.
Yeah, that's right, and Eureka back in the win column, so good for them. But again, that's all for this game. Our next broadcast of Eureka College basketball will be today in about 30 minutes when Eureka hosts Lyon College. You can watch that broadcast right here on ECTV. As mentioned, coverage will begin in about 30 minutes. Live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth, Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies, a leading Epson dealer serving Central Illinois, Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, and by Cornerstone Family Restaurant, also in Eureka. The executive producer of Eureka College basketball is Dr. John Malone. Tonight's studio operator, also Dr. John Malone. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Andrew Schulte, this is Matthew Swan. Thank you for watching.